Right, hello everyone and welcome back to the Hull City Career Mode episode 4 today in Season 1. Start by looking at the calendar today. We are in the Carabao Cup against Bradford. We face Northampton, we face Portsmouth, Lincoln and Rochdale as well. But for this Bradford one, I thought it's the Carabao Cup. I might as well simulate it. So as you can see, switched it over to the second team. Thought Fleming shattered. Quickly need to make a little adjustment there. Brought Callum Elder in as backup. And you can see there, Wilkes and Honeyman, sadly still injured. Wilkes and Honeyman, though, both not far away from a return, and Honeyman will return in this episode. So we quick sim the Bradford game in the Carabao Cup. It's a 2-0 victory. Hakiba Delican bagged both of the goals. And we're through to the next round of the competition. Northampton next then. Northampton right near the top of the table with us in League One. In this version of the game, in real life, they are lagging behind a little bit. In other words, they're sat in near relegation, but they're quite near the top for in this career mode, so it'd be a brilliant win over them to not only knock them back, but to put us closer to them and maybe even above them as well if results go our way. First opportunity came in the 53rd minute. The first half, it was all Northampton. You can see there, Watson got the ball. Burke tackled him, tried to clear it. It's such a poor tackle. Ashley Seal finds Rose, who finds Watson. It's a lovely finish. But again, another distribution error by myself in trying to be neat and pass out from the back and get it to the quick wingers and the full backs. I just made an absolute mess of our defence there. Not great, but we roll with the punches. We would respond instantly though. James Scott would receive the ball from a Greg Docherty header after we came forward straight from kick-off. Scott, he'd turn his man, and the finish, it's really poor goalkeeping, but the finish from James Scott is absolutely it's just impeccable, and he kisses the badge there as well. Says, "I'm here for the long run. Whenever you need me, gaffer, I'm here." And I think with Scott, I've struggled to find a home for him in this team. I've recorded a couple of episodes straight on the bounce, and you'll see that when Malik Wilkes comes back, Scott does get moved around positionally again. But, you know, I think that once we get James Scott scoring, he'll be very hard to stop. But we have a corner very late on. Both teams searching for a winner. It leads to naught for us. And Northampton are on the break. Watson finds big Scott Pollock. He finds Joe Mills. Plays it over to Smith. Hurdles the slider Greg Docherty. He crosses it in. Burkhead's clear. Can Adelican help it on? No, he can't. It goes back to Mills, who rounds Byrne. Plays it towards Bolger. Bolger crosses it in, and Rose is unmarked at the back post in the 94th minute. You can see our players there. Our boys are absolutely dejected. But Northampton are related, and as I said in previous episodes, I haven't got the PS5 or Xbox Series X yet, but if I did, you just know that fans would be piling on the pitch out of the PTS Academy Stadium. It would be limbs in that ground. And that would be how the game finished. We did deserve to lose, but it's closer than I remember for some reason on the stats. Danny Rose, man of the match, and you can see in between games, Thomas Mayer loaned to Paris FC. That's a potential loan to buy. Deadline day didn't happen for us. One, I forgot to click record on my Elgato to record it, but you didn't miss anything. Nothing happened anyway. We had no bids for anyone. We've only got 700 grand in the budget, so we couldn't really put any major bids in for anyone. And on deadline day, loan deals don't get done. And any player that I'd have wanted to get on loan, I shortlisted a few. I shortlisted Emile Smith-Rowe, Jack Clark from Arsenal and Tottenham, respectively. Neither of them wanted to relocate. I was looking at maybe Shackleton as well, but he didn't want to relocate. So we're stuck with the squad we've got, but it's a very good squad. It's a squad definitely capable of going up, and if we keep developing in the rate that I'm hoping that Harry Bradley does, he's just coming from the youth scout report, which I forgot to click record on as well. That came through the day after deadline day. We have got some very good potential players. We've got Porter, who's got good potential. We've got Horton with good potential, and there's Bradley as well there with decent potential. But their overalls are just absolutely shocking. We're looking at 40s, and we're looking at late 40s, early 50s, mid 50s at a push. The overalls in the overall ratings that I've got, Porter's 42. That's rated, not years old. But I've got so few talents out of the youth academy. Remember back to episode 1, we invested in a 5-star scout. We've hardly got anything. We've hardly got anything. But I digress. We move on to playing then Portsmouth at the KCOM. A game which we lost in real life. Would we lose it in game as well? Portsmouth are a very, very good side. But we still missing Malik Wilkes. But George Honeyman is back. Honeyman's back from injury. So he's leading the boys out, and Honeyman would get involved in play straight away as he'd play the ball to Eves, who couldn't turn his man. Johnson would look to play it forward. Fleming cuts it out. Honeyman flicks it over the man's head, shoots, it's blocked. Then James Scott forces a brilliant save out of McGilvray. Then that falls to Keane Lewis Potter, who finds Dan Batty, who's looking for an avenue. Is he going to shoot or pass it? He's going to cut back. He's going to shoot. It's saved. But Lewis Potter turns it in at the back post. Honeyman already getting involved. And Keane Lewis Potter grabbing himself another goal this season. As he's like Scott. In the early games, I really struggled to find a home for them both. But I think now, I'm recording this having done an extra couple of episodes. This audio, I've done a couple of extra episodes in advance. We're in episode 4, I've recorded up to episode 8. But so I think now, at time of audio recording, I found a home for Lewis Potter. But at time here, I was really struggling to try and fit the Lewis Potter and James Scott in the team without Malik Wilkes, because that's the front three I want to run with for a very, very long period of time. I can see us being in the Championship for a few years before we get promoted to the Premier League, so I expect them three, all very young, to develop and be our front three going forward. But you'd see only 10 minutes after Lewis Potter scored, Marcus Harness would make it 1-1. So it was a brilliant counter-attack from Portsmouth. And it went through, you'd have seen there, Device was flying in to block it. It went through his legs. The replay will show you. See there, Device, he goes to block it goes through his legs. He stuck a foot out to try and block it. And this is the best angle for it. It's gone through his legs. Keep 'em shut, Geordie. Keep 'em shut. Keep 'em shut. As you can see there, I'm definitely not happy with that. But it was a very, very even game, I thought. But we had more possession and, quite simply, didn't take our chances. And we would be punished for it as well. 86th minute, John Marquis managed to put Portsmouth ahead. Such pain. And then I think, pause there, have I got any subs left? And I thought, I've got no one on the bench. What's the point? So I'm just letting you watch the replay. The marking there is absolutely horrendous. It's tripe. It's absolute tripe. But it's a great finish by the former Doncaster man nonetheless. And a hug with Ronan Curtis to celebrate as well. And the second half was all Portsmouth. Based on the second half, they 100% deserved the victory. But Marcus Harness was man of the match for me. And we'd need to bounce back. 2 defeats on the bounce. We would need to bounce back. And against Lincoln at Sinsel Bank, that was a perfect opportunity to do so. Still no Malik Wilkes, which is a shame, but you'd have seen we didn't have Jack Byrne in that game due to international duty with the Republic of Ireland. We still wouldn't have him in this game. But this Lincoln team, they're flying high in League One in real life. Could we dethrone them? That's what I came into this game hoping to do. And it'd only take 9 minutes for the first event to happen. Reece Burt with a block there. Dan Batty plays it out to George Honeyman, who plays a beautiful ball out to the right hand side for James Scott to latch onto. He's got more pace than Walsh. He breezes past him and puts it into the far corner past Alex Palmer. Only 11 minutes it took for James Scott to grab another goal. 2 in 3 games for James Scott. He's certainly staking a claim, isn't he? He's saying, look, Gaffer, I know Eves is here. I know we've got KLP. I know we've got Malik Wilkes who can play up top. But me, trust me, wherever you put me, I'll do my best. I'll try and score some goals, and I will win us some games this season. And Lincoln fans in the background there, absolutely distraught. But James Scott, that means a lot to him. His 4th goal in the league this season. And it'll only take 12 more minutes for the next goal to come. Reece Burke and Josh Emmanuel there doing defensive work. Fans Greg Doherty. Doherty plays it to Batty. Batty flicks it behind back to Doherty, who finds Honeyman, who plays it out to James Scott. What's Scott going to do? He's going to pull it back. He's going to play it to Honeyman. Honeyman takes a touch, puts it into that far corner, and Honeyman is in on the act as well. Just come back from his injury. He says, I'm fit and raring to go for you, Gaffer. I'm ready to do anything for this team. I wear my heart on my sleeve. It's a brilliant little cutback from James Scott on the touch from Honeyman just to put it on his strong foot. Maybe the keeper was expecting a first-time shot. We're skilled enough to manage to take the other touch and still manage to put our chances away. Honeyman's 3rd of the season after his brace on the opening day. Obviously, I've been out with injury since that 2nd game of the season. Honeyman is back, and he's on it like he was before. Free kick for Lincoln, snuffed out by Device. He's headed it back to George Long. Lewis Potter turns. Timothy Ioma. Lewis Potter was absolutely destroying the on-loan Tottenham man in this first half, and he put it into the far corner as well. Far corner OP. King Lewis Potter grabs his 2nd in 2, and he's just too good. He is just too good. He gets so high rated, and rightly so. Rightly so. I can see Lewis Potter going very, very far with us in this save. And it's a brilliant finish. It's a brilliant finish by the former Hessel Rangers lad. And that's 3-0 into the break. And we'll certainly take that. As you can see, it was all us in the first half. And we wouldn't stop there. Yes, we were trying to conserve energy in this game with it being midweek, but we still wanted another one. Honeyman looking for Eves. It's cleared. It's only as far as Lewis Potter, who runs inside. It's a beautiful finish. Maybe the goalkeeper a little bit unsighted there by the wall of red shirts, trying to block the ball and stop Lewis Potter getting through. But regardless, it's a brilliant finish by KLP. And as I said earlier, I think I've found a home for him in this team now. As you see there in the bottom left. I sub on Louis Coyle as Josh Emmanuel is absolutely knackered. But again, it was thoroughly deserved, that 4th goal. We were completely on top of this in this game, and we were seeing things out as we needed to. But we would let the clean sheet go, as Adelican gave the ball away, couldn't get a good enough touch. Grant gives it back to Jones, who absolutely bamboozles Alfie Jones. Alfie Jones came out for the slide, just didn't happen for him, and Grant puts it in at George Long's near post. Near post OP. It's chip shot and near post OP in this FIFA. It just is. But we still got the win, nonetheless. Lincoln didn't really deserve a goal, I thought, but that's just me. Disappointing to let the clean sheet go. Defensively, we do need to be better. But I think that will come with time. Lincoln Webb, pretty decent. Their shot accuracy was very good, but Lewis Potter, obviously man of the match with his brace. And now we face Rochdale. We face Paul McShane at the KCOM. Don't sell McShane. Super Paul McShane. I just don't think you understand. If you sell McShane, Super Paul McShane, you'll have it right on your hands. What a man. What a man. Lovely bloke was Paul McShane when he played for City. But we'd have to defeat him today. In this game, at the KCOM, at his old home, we'd have Jack Byrne back from international duty. We'd also have Callum Elder back. I didn't see the lineups there. Didn't make the team. Rochdale was dominating us. We didn't deserve to win this game, and we were lucky to come away with a draw. We were so lucky to come away with a draw in this game. Quite simply, Rochdale absolutely dominated us. In the first half, Lewis Potter had our only shot, and it was a good save. We came into it a little bit more in the second. But, yeah, George Longrightly man of the match. And that will end the fourth episode of this Hull City career mode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.